You ready?
I'm ready to go.
Let's watch this auction. These are my friends from Carlisle Auctions. Good people. Tony Klein and all the rest of them, just good people.
Look at that 62 Corvette. How many of those have you transacted?
Probably 100.
Have you?
Yeah.
I've had a few come and go. Not quite 100.
I like them.
I love them. I don't like them. I love them.
Wrap your ass in fiberglass.
That's a car. That's one of those cars, like the Ferrari that we talked about, that if you said to me, would you rather have that or would you rather have an older Ferrari? I would probably go with that car.
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you said that.
Corvette's one of the few cars that I would go American over anything else. Those cars are, well, and then that car started bidding at 20, and I would have told you that car probably will be 150 grand. It might. It's at 80 now.
80 is probably. I didn't even see the number, but looks like an 80, 90. That's enough.
Yeah, you think that's what it does?
That's what I think, but what do I know?
Yeah, well, you're probably right on the money. Me?
That's the kind of junk I buy.
Yeah. And me, I look at something and I go, if I had all the money in the world, what would I pay for that car? And that car does not seem to me like...
It wasn't crazy.
No, it's not. It doesn't look like it.
No. Let's see what's coming now. Let's see what we think of this next one.
So they're in the mid 80s. I mean, you're right on the money. You said 80 and 85 to 90 grand. You're right there. It's at 85 now.
It's my first auction too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a nice Sunliner Galaxy.
See,
now that car should probably do 30, 40 grand if it's nice.
Super good looking car. I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't, if you gave me that as a gift and you put it out front with a bow and you say, here, Bob, this is yours. You got to drive it around. I wouldn't do it.
Well, send it to me. I'd rather drive that than a spaghetti car any day of the week.
Oh, God, that thing's
come
terrible.
on.
Look at that thing.
That's so cool.
It's ugly.
That's cool. You're not cool. You got to be cool.
I'm somewhat cool, but that's ugly. Ugly. I never thought the 62. Like I had a 68 Ford Fairlane, right? 500 that my dad gave me. And I thought that was a good looking car just because of the shape. This car is just ugly. It's not a pretty car. It's a nice looking car in great condition, but I mean, yeah, for 25, 30 grand, I guess
that's what's worth.
Car.
That's the value of the car.
Yeah.
And it won't go down.
That's a good point. I mean, if you gave it to me, I wouldn't drive it.
I just, if you buy these cars at all reasonably as a retail customer, you're not going to get hurt.
That's a Corvette.
I got that.
It's a special model,
the
of Z06. And now they made the new Z06 in 2024. God, good luck trying to get one.
What is this car worth?
That's a tough one. It's got 10,000 miles. It's got to be 60, 75 grand. I mean,
I was thinking it'll touch into the 80s at this auction.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I like it. I don't like the color, but I like it. So I was telling you that these folks, by word of mouth, they stopped investing in the market and started buying cars. So they would buy all kinds of cars, and they would buy a conglomerate of them. They would buy 30, 40, 50. Not all for me. They'd buy as many as they could for me, and then they would store them. And then they would go up 10, 12% a year. Absolutely. And that's what they were doing. Then all of a sudden, I started getting more people, and I had a few doctors that were doing that. And for a while, I did that for a long time.
I get doctor clients. Matter of fact, I was accepted to Harvard Medical School as a cadaver. I honestly don't care for Corvettes. My sister got killed in a Corvette right in front of my dad's house. So I really don't mess around with Corvettes. I don't drive them. I have a few now, 70s models, and they sell, but I don't really drive Corvettes.
Good reason not to like them.
Yeah.
I like them. I like the older ones better than the newer ones.
I like that Jeepster better, the Willys Jeep.
I like the Willys Jeep. I've never seen in this format. Like this is.
They might have filled the glass in with paint on that white part of it.
Yeah.
But they might not have either. A lot of them, they made all kinds in those models.
This is post-war, so it was like I'm sure there was a converted military car.
That car's probably going to go probably 25 grand, somewhere in that range.
You think that much?
20, 25.
It's just tough to see or guess what it's going to go for because you just got to kind of know the
You're not touching
restoration.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know. You don't know what they did to
Well,
it.
that's why I don't restore. I don't like to lose money.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, you do. Like a car like this, I guarantee you, even if it sells for 20, it certainly cost them more than
40
20.
or 50 to do it.
Yeah.
So there's I rest my case.
Yeah, no,
Guy came in the other day that has a Mustang he's been working on for 10 years.
Yeah.
You're not finished.
Yeah.
I said to him, here, buy this one and get rid of that one. How old are you now? You want to die before it's done? You know? I told him that. He bought my car.
My son is now 30, but when he was 16, I did that fool's errand. I bought a 66 Mustang coupe, and I restored it. I handed it to him. You know what he said to me? He goes, I don't want to drive that, Dad. He hated it.
This car here, now this is...
That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, that's Mopar stuff, and that stuff goes real high.
Yeah, those cars are special.
Very
the
hard to buy them
Barracuda.
now, too. They're just climbing. They're very hard to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, if you had a crystal ball and you could have filled up a warehouse full of all these cars, you'd be wealthier than you, which is tough to do.
There's old Dancing Dan. You know him?
I don't. Which one? Where is he?
He's from Tampa. And that's Tim Tuck, the white-haired guy on the right. Super nice guy. Very knowledgeable guy. That's probably going to do 70, 80 grand.
I like that car too. Let me tell you, I would drive that in 2 seconds flat. What's the first year of the Corvette? 53?
53.
53. Yeah, so I like the 53 Corvette a lot.
I do too.
I mean, I like it a lot.
They make
a lot.
replicas of those, you know that?
I know.
I like them.
I don't like replicas.
Well, they drive better than the original.
Yeah, it looks 100 times better than the
Yeah,
original.
so they look
But
the same.
I like the 53. I like that body style a lot. I think it's gorgeous, absolutely
I
stunning.
bought a replica like that just a few months ago. I paid 20 grand for the car, and it was decent. And I sold it without touching it for 35. What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It looks like a nice one, too. Is that a
Yeah,
GT?
I mean, it's a nice one. It's the right color.
That car could do 20, 30 grand. Is it a convertible?
Yeah, it's a
It
convertible.
should do 20, 30 grand.
It's a convertible. It's exempt on miles. Yeah, I think it's gonna
gone
do
way
more
up
than that.
already.
It might be a GT 350. I'm
It
not
looked
sure.
like
I
the
can't
moldings
see
look
it.
like a GT.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So I can't see it from here. It's got to be better than that because it's gonna it's already at 60.
Yeah, I can't.
gotta-
I can't reach up and buy that car because I want to make money, and I wouldn't be able to make money with that
Well,
car.
neither one of us. At the end of the day, I wouldn't buy. I mean, I would buy that car if I had the guy standing next to me. I'm telling him up front,
If
I'm going
not,
to
I'd
charge
buy
him
it for 20 or 30.
6%.
20 or 30.
What does the '93 McAdoo Roadster do?
It's probably a kit, some kit car.
I've seen every car imaginable, and I've never seen
Maybe
this
that
car
basketball player
in my
owns it.
life ever.
I never saw one.
Never. '93 though.
I mean, it looks like a Crosley type of a car. I just got a Crosley this week.
No,
blue one.
they've got that now. They've got that little like golf cart electric thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one now that they're selling now? There's dealers of them. It's called a I can't remember. Similar to that. It's a 10, 12 grand car.
I mean, a Jolly car? Fiat
Yeah,
Jolly?
it's like the Fiat Jolly is beautiful. I love that car.
They bring money, too.
They do. Yeah. It's like it's like the BMW
Not an Isetta.
that's it.
Is that got it right?
Yeah, you did.
Holy mackerel.
Have you had
That's
one of
just
these?
a British car that doesn't bring much money.
Yeah. They're at $8 grand. The thing's gonna do.
That's all of it
12.
right there. I don't think it's worth much more than that.
Yeah, so I watch these, and sometimes I go, and I'm sitting there with friends and family or whoever, and I go, man, I would have bought that car for that, because sometimes there are cars there that run, even like not
That
old
people
Corvettes, but later model Corvettes.
They overlook it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they sell for 15. That's why it's not a bad thing to spend some time and sit at these auctions.
Well, when I go to an auction, I sit.
Yeah.
From the beginning to the end.
Yeah,
But in the middle, it's very hard to buy.
Right, because you pick up stuff.
I don't need cars right now, though. I got almost 300 cars. I don't
Yeah,
need
you got
more.
a bunch of
I need
cars.
less.
That's a lot. I don't. I try not to
Now,
have.
those have gotten crazy.
Yeah, well, that's those things are 150 grand. They're a lot of depending on the restoration.
I bought them new back then,
Did you really?
and they were horrible.
They're horrible now. They're terrible cars.
Horrible car, but good looking like anything.
Yeah,
Just
these
good
are
looking.
beautiful, especially the
God, they were
convertibles,
bad.
XKs. Look at that pale yellow. I think it's beautiful.
I broke down on the Jersey Turnpike so much the cops knew my name with that thing.
Yeah, that thing.
I like British Racing
gorgeous.
Green in
I
that
see. I
got
would drive that, and I'd put that in my garage.
Yeah, well, you
For
got to be able
sure.
to drive it. You might as well put it in the garage.
Yeah, I do that. That car would have.
Good looking automobile.
See,
though.
those are
God,
one of
they're
those
pretty.
things that I think I've had a couple in my hands over the years, but I don't do too
Those?
much.
I've had hundreds of those.
I know. I don't transact those. I mean,
Now they got stupid with the prices. You can't use them.
that's a nice car. That's a good car. And I think it's a lot of car for the money. I really do. I think that's those 60s Corvettes. That's a lot of car for the money.
I like the early 60s. I don't like these.
I like those. I like the bumpers, the chrome bumpers. I like the headlights. And I like the prices. Because this car, is going to be probably a $50,000 car. But guess what? It's a lot of car for the money, too. I think. Again, not if you're buying it to sell it.
It is. Was that a 23?
Yeah. Look at that color combination.
What should that bring?
Well, again, that car's probably a $100,000 car new.
It's pretty 70
So-
or 80 anyway.
No, I mean it depends on when is this. This is yeah, it's a $100,000 car new. I mean it might do close to $100,000. It's already at 80. Right now, folks want coupes. They want to track them. So they want coupe, Porsches, car for the money too. I think. Again, not if you're buying it to sell it.
It is. Was that a 23?
Yeah. Look at that color combination.
What should that bring?
Well, again, that car's probably a $100,000 car new.
It's pretty 70
So-
or 80 anyway.
No, I mean it depends on when is this. This is yeah, it's a $100,000 car new. I mean it might do close to $100,000. It's already at 80. It depends on the option package. Is 1LT, 2LT, 3LT. If it's a
Convertible helps it a lot.
Convertible, not really. Right now, folks want coupes. They want to track them. So they want coupe, Porsches, above and beyond a convertible. Like I personally like a convertible, but people prefer coupes. They're actually, believe it or not, and people wouldn't believe you, but they actually sell for more. Coupes cost more than convertible.
That's me right there.
That's nice.
That's my kind of car.
I wouldn't drive
that. car should probably do 20, 30 grand.
I love
Maybe
that.
more.
I love that car, but I wouldn't drive it around the block.
Yeah, you wouldn't drive it.
No, not around the block.
They're not fun to drive around the block,
No,
but they
it's-
sell.
Yeah, it's loud and
T-buckets.
hot.
T-buckets are horrible. You buy them, I sell them like crazy. You buy them, you ride them once or twice, you want to trade it back.
Yeah. Well, I want to trade it back now, and I haven't even bought it.
This one's bringing all the money.
Oh, car's beautiful. Look at that restoration.
You're not going to get your money back from the build. If
Oh,
that's
hell,
what you're thinking.
never.
No.
These guys are nuts. To make these things, they have to lower the roof. They have to cut the car.
I
mean,
watch people what they do when they chop cars and all, and they bring it to me. Well, I got 80 grand in it. Well, good, I'll give you 20,
Right.
and I probably buy it at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of people to buy that car.
I agree.
There's an ugly guy taking a picture of himself.
This is an expensive car. This is a rare car.
The
That's
color.
the thing. The colors is a factory color, but the ZL1. It's a low production car. This car could do 65. The funny thing is, this is another car that new was probably 80 grand. You and I have agreed on very little as far as likes and dislikes of cars. That this might be the only thing we agree on. That's great. Those are the three best years on the Camaro. I like them as well. I like
It's the ones I sell.
the SS's and that's what I like as well. And convertibles in that car is a fantastic car.
That's a crazy looking thing.
And the tops on those cars are not so difficult to work on and be replaced. Like the 72 Pontiac GT I told you about. I mean that the GTO, that I had the motor replaced, the top replaced. It was relatively harmless in
Couple
cost.
grand.
Yeah, wasn't a lot. It's not a lot.
Not when you do all the spaghetti cars.
No.
It's nothing.
Right. That's right.
I believe me, but you don't have to pull the motor out to tune that car.
Listen,
either.
I had an Azure that I took to Fred Herman over there.
Bentley Azure, I love those cars.
Yeah. Have you ever done business with Herman in North Miami Beach? Does strictly
What's his name?
Herman, Fred Herman.
Don't think I know him.
Make a long story short, I brought him the car because the top had some issues, and he quoted me $19,000 to fix
it.
Top. Yeah,
I'd get it right out of there real quick.
Of course I did. Yeah, yeah. So those Volkswagens right now have done a unbelievable resurgence. That one happens to be a Combi, which I'm familiar with. The older ones, the 63s, 4s, 5s, and 9s and whatnot, the 23.
What did it bring? I didn't notice.
It was up to 15 and something that went by.
That's nothing.
It was nothing special.
I got one just like it.
The
Same
69
color.
Beetle, if it's a super Beetle, this
That
car
car
was,
today is $4,000 to $6,000.
It's
That's all
worthless.
that car is.
Those H3s or the H2s. They
They're
stopped
dead,
making
too.
them in '09. Now they just started making them again.
Yeah.
But the '09, H2s are cars.
12 grand.
Yeah,
That's about it.
for this car.
No, that car there, I got one I'll take 6 for, just like it.
Really?
Yeah. I can't give it away.
Yeah. I if you get H2s,
I had a bunch.
you call me because I like to buy them, all of them.
I got a yellow one now, and I got a maroon one now. Cheap ones.
Yeah, I'll take them. I love them.
The paint needs a little touch up.
That's all right. I don't care.
Good,
I mean,
you can have both
H2s
of
I
them.
can use. I have clientele for them.
Good.
I got a European market that ships
I had
them.
about 12 of them. I'm down to, I think, 2 or 3.
I love the H2s.
You can have them. I got 2 or 3
I
of
love
them.
them. Love them. Love them. Love
Please,
them. And the
please take
HUTs
'em.
too.
Huh?
The HUT, the one with the pickup little area in the back. The
Yeah, they're more
H2,
expensive.
A little bit more expensive. Yeah. That's a '09. It's nothing special. But again, look, you can go to
They're
one of these
cheap
auctions
now.
and still buy a car for 25 and 30 grand. It's not, it's not bad. That's a nice car. You're not gonna,
Not going to make money with it.
No. But as we spoke, it's
Fun car.
a retail market in there. The people that are there are typically the ultimate driver of the car.
I just sold a 41 and I think a 39. I just sold 2 of them. I knocked it out of the park. Not that. That's way too much money for me to spend for that car. I can't get that for it. I think it's my lot. It'll probably do 12 grand.
Really?
13.
Jeez, I gotta go visit you.
You should. I can load you up with stuff.
You better believe that.
I really can.
I'm going over there.
Lake Wales. I'm in Lake Wales now, right on the water.
Oh, Lake
7 acres.
Wales is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
That beautiful.
It's
That area is
safe.
beautiful.
It's peaceful. It's nice.
Yeah.
I love it. But I don't want to work so hard anymore. I'm not doing 6 days, 7 day a week anymore. I don't want to do
I
it.
got 4 kids. I got to keep working. 73 Corvette right now. It's got 50,000 miles. It's 17. I would buy that car for 17.
You're a much higher buyer than me.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. I would buy that car for 17.
You
right
lost
now, I
it.
would
It's
buy
at
that
18
car.
now. Now you're out.
Yeah, it'll be more. But 17, I would have bought that car.
I got some vets you'd like to buy at my place. You need to visit me.
I know. That's why when you spoke, I said whenever
You need to visit me. I got
Max
cars and I'm
heads up
blowing them
there.
out because I'm selling the property.
I'll go up there for sure.
I know that car there.
Yeah.
Know that car. That car belonged to a guy I know.
Yeah,
It was pearl white.
another car that I wouldn't drive if you begged me.
You're not really easy to deal with. You know that, right? It's not my cup of tea either, but they sell. I can
Again.
sell that car for upper teens, mid to upper teens. That's all I can get for it.
But that's a great investment that you can buy. Let's assume you can buy it for 12 or 13 and sell it for 17, 18. You're making
All
a
day
great
long.
return on your money. That's
All day long.
Great.
All day long.
That's fantastic. But funny about these cars is, and obviously you possess that knowledge. You got to know them. You got to know them. Otherwise,
I
listen,
can look at it and tell you what it's worth. I don't need a book for that.
that's
stuff.
what I mean. Yeah. So the average guy can't look at that car and go, I could ballpark it for you, but I could be off $5,000. And if
I
you're
can
off
buy
$5,000,
that car in the low teens at the most and sell it in the mid to upper teens.
yeah,
That's all it's going to bring.
which would be a great return on your money, 20, 30%. I mean, who's getting that kind of return?
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. But it's hard to do that with a high-end car. I got a bunch of those. I got one now. I'm trying to get. I got one with a later motor. I'm trying to get like 16 out of it, 18. That'd be
One
enough.
you have.
Huh?
One you have now.
Yeah, green
Yeah.
one
Again, a car that,
with no post.
it's even better.
Yeah, of
I mean, that's a
course.
real car.
Yeah, to the hardtop.
The no postcards is more valuable. I mean, it's a good looking car.
That's bringing retail money.
That's a good looking car, but I wouldn't drive that car on the block.
Well, you're a snob.
No,
I got this.
I just don't like it.
You like spaghetti
This
cars.
car I like. This car I like.
I got one like that at my
I know
shop.
you do. This is a nice car.
I just got 2 of them this week. I got 2 more. I bought 3 at once, and I just got 2 of the 3 back, and the one I got is an original one.
Yeah.
So I got all 3 of the ones I bought.
Now these cars that when you buy these, are you buying them, in pretty good shape, or are these?
Oh, those the ones I have are beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that. I bought them because I wanted some nice faces for the shop, and I sold them, and they just resurfaced. I bought them back.
Well, that's a good looking car.
I trade them.
Again.
I trade.
So this car's $13,000. I would absolutely buy this car for $13,000, $15,000.
You need to come see me.
Do you ever buy these cars in retro mods?
I like them.
I do too.
But I buy that car there in Restamod for 20 grand, 25 grand, and sell it for 40. Right there, it's out of the market right now. It's too high. Nice car, don't get me wrong, but you're not making money on that car.
It cost that guy $100 grand to put that car together.
Yeah, but that's his
New
problem.
transmission.
That's stupid.
New motor.
Yeah, great.
New suspension. New
Great.
AC.
Yes, sir.
All this stuff is
Wonderful.
modern. You're driving around in a.
That's prior to the lobotomy.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
You're driving a 20.
You can buy it done for half the money.
Yeah.
Why tie your life up? You only got to live so long.
Yeah. That's a good looking car.
I use that speech a lot, by the way. I got this Mustang at home I've been restoring for 6 years. I say, are you an idiot?
Right. Yeah.
Here's one you can buy tomorrow and drive it in the fun. Sell the other one. It's garbage. All those years for what?
Yeah, I've made the mistake over the years of getting in that whole. It's just ridiculous. It makes no sense. I keep doing it though.
I got athletes that come to me with a car, Camaro like that, they just spend 80 grand on, and then they've used up their money. They sell it to me for 20.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Not all the time. 3-4 times a year.
Yeah,
it happens all the time.
I will not mention it just because that's just the nature of my business with the people that I do business with.
Well,
they don't like to be known, but
yeah, but the guy in Miami builds those cars. I'm trying to think of who he is. Real good guy. I think he got shot one day. He's not dead, but he got shot.
Local guy?
Yeah, in Miami. He builds all those custom wild cars, Goldwing cars.
There's a few of them.
Yeah,
there's a few guys.
This guy was a nice fella. I don't remember his name. Not being in Miami anymore.
I do a lot of business with ball players and a ton of basketball.
They don't care.
It just depends. It depends. But you're right. They buy them and based on market value, they pay all the money, and then you're right. They turn around and they sell it, and they have no,
They
some
don't
of them,
care.
They don't have any regard, and they're just,
They also wind up. A lot of those guys wind up
huge
broke.
losses. I like these CJ5s a lot. That's another car.
Say it again.
These Jeeps. Like I would buy that Jeep for $7 grand. I'd buy it for $10 grand.
I got one at the shop. I got 2 at the shop.
Nice.
One's nice, one's not.
I need one. I'll
You really got to see me. I'll fill truckloads for you.
I need one. I need one on a personal basis. I sold my.
You want a project one? You don't want a project one though.
Well, oh, that's what. So these are project.
No,
cars?
I got a newer one that's gorgeous, but not one of those that is nice right now.
Those cars are so easy to do, though. It's really they don't cost a lot.
You ahead and do
lift
it. I don't
them,
want to do
and
it.
I've done it. I've lifted them 4-inch lifts and the wheels, and that's.
The only lifts I wear is my shoes
Look at
because I'm
that,
short.
$8 grand right now. It's at $8,000. I would have bought that car for $8,000.
That's all that car's worth to them. It should bring a little more than that at an auction like that, but
Thank God.
this guy doesn't have anybody bidding for him. That's the bottom line. That's what's going on.
Thank God I'm not. I'm out of that business. Otherwise, I'd be overpaying for all these cars.
I've been dealing with Carlisle auctions for years and years. The owner's a sweetheart. He's got a guy, Tony Klein, that works for him. Salt of the earth. And they're honest, they're straight, they treat you right. That's one of the companies I absolutely recommend.